But in some ways, that's kind of unavoidable. That's kind of unavoidable, don't you think? Because
I agree. I agree.
I mean, in any case, when you're brought into this world, you have all kinds of things foisted on you that you did not ask for. You didn't ask for your parents. You didn't ask for your siblings. You know?
No, well, and that's I'm not expecting the police to like burn down and defund. I'm simply acknowledging that I don't believe it's legitimate. I don't believe that is a legitimate relationship between me and the government. I don't.
So what would make it legitimate? Like if you actually voted to say, yes, I want a police force?
No.
No?
If there's, because even if you vote on a person, you're still electing another person other than yourself to make decisions for you. And that can always turn on you. The only way to have a mutual exchange in my mind is with capital, with money, with saying, hey, I need food, I'm hungry, you have bread, I have money, let's exchange that,
right?
And so have mutual benefit.
So that doesn't validate the slave system then, because we're talking about exchange of capital.
No, I'm not saying it validates it. It's not validating in a moral sense. It's just it's like what you're saying with practicalities,
right?
I don't think slavery is moral. I mean, if somebody paid for like a child, I don't think that's legitimate. I disagree with that.
Right.
But at the same time, like, I can't do anything to control that. Like if they're like, look, there's slaves in Africa right now, digging up cobalt. Everything we're recording on right now is made out of that material. Right. We're in essence profiting off that, right? I guess my point is that there's so much out of your realm of control that to just say that like there are these things that we're just gonna say, okay, we're just gonna have the curtain, we're just gonna have the overwhelming, we're gonna decide at this point that this is how it's going to be. It just doesn't work. I think the best way is just case by case scenario.
So you want like complete abolishment of government and law enforcement and all that stuff? Yeah.
I did not mean for the conversation to get
No. It's fine. It's fine. It's just like you kind of roll with it where you go. You go everywhere you want to go with it. I'm asking because I'm actually curious. If life was a utopia and it worked the way that I wanted it to work, yes. But no, I do agree with the idea that like government is inevitable. Like there will always be a force that says, on some level, whether it's huge or very small, like community driven.
Exactly. Like there is always going to be that. But however, that does not mean that I need to claim its legitimacy or that I need to, give it my, cherished remarks or whatever.
And for the record, I don't actually think you think the slave system is valid.
No, you're fine.
I was just really
you're really giving
you shit.
No. Hey, that you were giving a valid.
I was asking.
Yeah. No. You were giving a valid criticism. You were giving a valid point. I love that, man. I love having conversation like this.
I love conversations too. Which is why we both do this, right? For as awkward as we are, we like talking to people here.
I think that is like what enables us to do what we do, though, in a way. Like because there's this slight level of awkwardness, you're almost more willing to like jump that extra. It's like this is already fucking weird. I might as well just ask.
Well, we started off the conversation talking about horror movies and slasher flicks, so
And now I just laid out my anarcho-capitalist fantasy.
You just gave your whole manifesto to every person watching right now.
I'm just going to take a half hour of this podcast, make a clip, and just title it Coleman's Manifesto.
Just take the manuscript and just like, all right, Coleman's Manifesto right there. You actually should type this stuff out and actually publish it.
Just have it like scrolling, have the video fade out. It's just like a Star Wars like.
Right. And so Coleman McAllister ignited his revolution after this one podcast.
You know what? Fuck it. This episode's 2 episodes now. We're just gonna pull out that 30 minutes is just gonna be its own episode.